think I'm going to have to keep this recliner, bring it back to school with me.
Hello, welcome to Rectory Ramblings, episode 8.
That's right. Yeah, you got it. The title and the number right. Good job.
Excellent. At least I got something right today.
Yeah.
Today, in the first reading, we hear about the Israelites complaining to Moses and Aaron, which seems to be a recurring thing. They like to complain a lot.
That's right.
So, I guess I like to complain a lot too.
I think everybody.
Maybe less so than I used to when I was younger, but I'm still pretty good at it.
That's good. I'm happy for you. I don't think it's just you though. I think we all like to complain a little bit.
So the Israelites are grumbling against Moses and Aaron. So for them to help them realize their pride, the Lord allows serpents to bite them. And I don't know that much about snakes or serpents or anything, but I guess this is a deadly type, and so people start dying, and then they realize their pride and their arrogance. So Moses, on God's command, makes a model of serpent on a pole, and so anyone who looks at the pole is cured of the poisonous snake bite. And we look at the gospel too, and Jesus talks about the Son of God, the Son of Man.
Son of Man, I think.
Yep, Son of Man. That when the Son of Man is lifted up, that I am the sacred name of God. And so, that God again comes to save. So when you look at Jesus on the cross, we are saved of our sins. Just as the Israelites were saved of the poisonous snake bite when they looked at the model of the serpent on the pole that Moses made.
I think the thing that stands out most to me from both of those, I'm glad you made the connection to the gospel because I hadn't necessarily done that the first time I read it, but we see the people healed by looking at a bronze serpent staff, which is kind of unusual. If I got bit by a snake and I was dying and Father Vogel brought me a piece of bronze to look at and said, hey, just look at this and you'll be healed, I'd be like, I don't think that doesn't seem right, so
that's not medically sound.
Yeah, it doesn't follow medically, but it just goes to show, like Father said in our video about the Annunciation, God has sometimes what we would perceive as a crazy plan, and a lot of times His way of working with us doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and we see that reflected in the gospel too. Jesus, in that plan of salvation, was rejected by His closest followers. Like, this can't be so. Like, this is definitely not God's plan, that you're to suffer and die. And it's so telling of our time right now. Like, God has a plan in all this, and we definitely, at least for myself, I don't really see a clear plan in it right now, but just trusting that God is working in it in some way to bring out the better in us.
I was watching the news, and they were saying, some people are saying that this could go for a couple more weeks, even everything will get back to normal. Or the end of April is when President Trump's social distancing is supposed to continue through. Other people are projecting, maybe a problem into May, June, or even July. And so there really is a lot of uncertainty. We've talked about that before, just with jobs, with family, with the economy. But again, that trust that God will do something great in the midst of this.
I really like the way you put it in that one video, the crazy plan of God, because it certainly can seem that way. I think it's just something really good that wherever we're at right now, to reflect on today and surrender more to God in that way, to whatever His plan is for us right now, that we would become aware of that and we would accept it and not reject it as even some of His closest followers had done before us.
Yeah, Jesus in the gospel today says that He doesn't do anything on His own, but He Himself looks to God the Father to tell Him what He does, what He's supposed to do, what His purpose is. So we too need to look to Jesus, especially Jesus on the cross, when Jesus is lifted up on the cross, to understand who we are as Christians, to understand sacrifices, the suffering that we may be called to go through. But it is in that we will find the peace and the calm and purpose that we need, especially in this time. So thank you guys for watching these. We appreciate it. I'm glad we're not doing this for nothing, but we probably would still do that.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like I said from the beginning, my mom we know for sure is watching, so we'll keep doing them as long as she is. And now I've heard that my dad is even hooked on them, so we have at least 2 viewers out there.
It's good. So thank you all for tuning in. Take care and have a blessed day.
God bless.
Bye-bye. We need to give a huge thanks to Betsy Landsteiner, who edits these videos and makes us look halfway decent. Although yesterday we recorded with your head chopped and there's no coming back from that.
Yeah. She's put up with a lot, so we figured we should make a shout out to our producer and our guide. She probably will cut this out of the video because she's so humble. So
probably. We'll see how humble she is.
Yeah. Alright, we'll see if this stays put, if it flips over halfway through. The people might not be able to hear me, and that might not be a bad thing, so.
Maybe we should just skip the audio.
Yeah, just lip sync. But Betsy can do the voiceover.